Hello there. They are all at it, either setting or demanding pandemic rules be applied to us, but then ignoring those same rules themselves. No wonder politicians want to see the country locked down hard. They don't want us mugs out and about noticing that they're all out there partying and drinking it up themselves. While Boris Johnson and his so-called science-led government set the COVID rules, then did as they pleased behind closed doors, we had the opposition leader Keir Starmer and his team stridently calling for the almost total hibernation of the country while he was out and about having a good time. Hypocrites all. Although Labour does claim that their event, where Keir Starmer was spotted inside with people drinking, did not break the rules. But isn't that what the Tories are saying about theirs? And Boris Johnson's partying is also threatening to sour his relationship with the Queen, now that it's emerged that there was a drink is leaving bash on the eve of the funeral of Prince Philip for James Slack, the PM's former Director of Communications. Something that has forced Number 10 today to send a grovelling letter of apology to Buckingham Palace about. As the Telegraph's Tony Diver tweeted, Number 10 held 2 boozy parties the night before the Queen mourned Prince Philip alone. Staff drank and at points danced until the early hours of the night of April the 16th. Hours later, the Queen went to a socially distanced funeral for Philip. Personally, I would bet that the high and mighty in the UK and around the rest of the world have been living high off the hog these past couple of years. But at least the Tories haven't been caught out needing a wheelchair to get one of their drunks off the plane in Gibraltar. Or maybe we'll be hearing later on down the line about Downing Street partygoers being wheeled out after a long, hard work meeting. And I do gather that off-licences and convenience stores around Westminster have renamed the wines aisles as work supplies. And unless there's more revelations to come, no Tory MP appears to have had as close a contact with China and its spying system as Labour has. And the Lib Dems too come to that. And the lefty press seems intent on getting this Labour Party Chinagate thing swept under the carpet as swiftly as possible. And all the while, politicians in government and opposition across the UK keep telling us to play safe, and even when there are no actual rules to obey in place, they still almost bark at us to keep obeying them anyway. All for the greater good. A greater good that does not, it seems, exist or apply to them. And it might explain why certain politicians keep catching the bug or getting pinged. But what gets me is why are these people doing their level best to find a way of wriggling out of the rules, in many cases their own rules? They keep saying how dangerous it is out there, that we must cower behind masks and closed doors. But they then find excuses why they should get together and find loopholes to these rules. But the rest of us have to blindly obey them. Now, one thing on the government side has me really suspicious. We keep hearing about Downing Street parties, but no one seems to know the truth, or who was there, etc. Have you been to Downing Street lately? It's caged off, with armed police checking people in and out. Logs must be kept of all attendees, and I bet every nook and cranny is covered by CCTV cameras. Think Matt Hancock. There will be records somewhere, minute by minute, of who went in and who came out. Now, there had been stories circulating last year that some party attendees were being let out the back door and told to keep their post-drunken revelry selves quiet so as to not upset the neighbours. Or presumably attract the number 11 Downing Street camera wielder that got those now infamous number 10 garden party shots. But hang on, Are we to believe that Downing Street is more like a sieve than a secure set of residences and meeting rooms? Maybe this Chinese person of interest, Christine Lee, has her own access keys. And if people are leaving Downing Street this way, someone's got to phone the front gate and tell them not to worry about the back door warning alarm or indicator going off and who's leaving the building for fire safety reasons, haven't they? Otherwise, the security team will think they're all having a big sleepover. And given all the numbers of people crammed in number 10 together, surely someone was pointing this out to ministers and asking questions. Especially as it's coming out that there may well have been over a dozen such events in number 10 and surrounding areas, from the basement up. In fact, it sounds like some people who worked there regarded it as their own personal nightclub after the whole hospitality sector was told to pack up its business. Not a good look, and not good for UK PLC either. Now, although some MPs have made their feelings known and lodged letters of no confidence with their chairman of the Backbench 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady, we might end up seeing Boris still in number 10 in February. Although I have seen some bookies' odds saying he'll be gone by the end of this month. But for that to happen, we'd have to see Boris accepting that he should resign, or 54 letters of no confidence being lodged, followed by him losing the subsequent vote of no confidence. Neither looks likely at the moment. That being the case, Boris could conceivably get out of this by stopping the parties until the last COVID restriction is lifted. And that's easy. Get a number 10 enforcer in, or get the one they've got to do the job properly, and sort out the security. Start lifting those pandemic restrictions now and speed the return to normality. There's more points in that than Boris realises. But this also means the permanent scrapping of all the hideous ideas about health passes and the like. Stop the sacking of the non-compliant in the health and social care sectors, because people will soon be asking if that is now a proportionate response to the current situation. Get a grip on the English Channel red carpet shambles. Mega points are available there. Stop pussyfooting over the Northern Ireland Protocol. We've just heard about another meeting, this time between Liz Truss and Maros Šefčovič, on this issue again, and it still sounds like business as usual. That is yet another round of talks, with everyone hopeful that the other side will give ground. Then there's the scrapping of VAT on domestic energy, delaying tax rises due for April, and either restoring the state pension triple lock or at least adding another % to their rise. And how about admitting that this is a stupid time to do so much damage to our economy by putting this whole green agenda on hold? Oh, and stopping this talk of build back better and reset might be a good idea too. If he stays, doing some of all of that might just get Boris back in people's good books. But has he got the backbone to deal with them? And it's probably too late anyway. So, could Boris rebuild trust by getting on with the day job? Please like and comment below. Please subscribe and like this video, buy a mug and support me on Patreon or PayPal, and thank you for watching.